Zach Braziller of the New York Post reports that the Vikings tried moving up in the 2021 NFL Draft to secure Justin Fields. Minnesota attempted to move up from number 14 to number 8, according to a video published by the Carolina Panthers. But the trades fell through, and the Bears instead traded up from 20 all the way to 11 to draft the former Ohio State star. With current quarterback Kirk Cousins saying he doesn't want his contract extended, the Vikings are far from set at the quarterback position. One possibility could be 2021 third-round pick Kellen Mond. Lester Wiltfong of SB Nation reports that the NFL has a new player cutdown schedule for this upcoming offseason. Last year, the cutdown date was changed because teams needed to get their roster to the mandated 53-player limit with just one cut. This year, the league announced that there will be 3 dates of cutdowns, all coming after each of the 3 preseason games. The league will again have a 90-man offseason roster after having 80 players the previous season due to COVID-19 restrictions. Teams can have 90 players until August 17th, which is the Tuesday after the first preseason games. On that Tuesday, 5 players must be cut. Then teams carry 85 players into the second preseason game, but they'll need to cut 5 more the following Tuesday, August 24th. Rosters can remain at 80 players until August 31st, the Tuesday following that, which is the third and final preseason game. At that point, each team must be down to the mandated 53 roster limit. Alec Arend of The Spun reports that the NFL has a new location in mind for future games. In past years, the NFL has had games in London and in Mexico. According to Peter King of Football Morning in America, Germany is in the mix to host a future NFL game. Why Germany? Because this is one of the fastest rising markets in the NFL viewership. This year, the NFL had 2.2 million people in Germany tuning into the Super Bowl. And you have to remember, that's the early hours of Monday for people in Germany. Plus, subscriptions to NFL Game Pass were up 30% worldwide last year, and that's a huge revenue stream for the NFL. We could see a game in Germany as early as 2022 or 2023. The NFL has worked hard to take the NFL and bring it to the rest of the world, and it appears Germany is next on their list. Nick Shook, an NFL writer, reports on the next-gen stats looking at the top 10 disruptors of the 2020 NFL season. Shook talks about how defenders are judged solely based on how often they get to the quarterback. But there are other things that defensive linemen do that disrupt offenses besides bringing down the quarterback. Using next-gen stats, they looked at a combination of total hurries, pressures, or sacks, with only one counting per play. Players had to have a minimum of 250 pass rush snaps to qualify. Are you surprised at who's at the top? Were there people that you thought would be higher? Let us know in the comments section. Clutch Points Johnny Rocks reports that Patrick Mahomes has an insane goal for 2021. Mahomes claims that he's going for the best team NFL record. That's a perfect 20-0 season. The 2007 Patriots were the last team to go undefeated in the regular season but ended up losing in the Super Bowl. If there's a team in 2021 that can do it, the Chiefs have to be one of the top choices. Matt Johnson of Yardbarker reports that Aaron Rodgers could hold out in 2021. Green Bay is currently doing whatever it can to repair its relationship with a disgruntled MVP quarterback. Rodgers could cost himself a significant amount of money depending on how long he's willing to hold out for. Here at TMM, we've talked about the cost for missing minicamp, training camp, and sitting out of the preseason. But if this drags into week 1 and/or Rodgers decides he's going to retire, Green Bay could go after and get back nearly $30 million from the disgruntled quarterback. Joseph Zucker of Bleacher Report writes that the Falcons would accept a hard second-round pick for Julio Jones. This would only be if Atlanta would no longer have to take on the $38 million still owed to Julio in base salaries. The new team would have to take on the remainder of his salary cap, freeing the Falcons from any cap hit in the next few years. If a team is not willing to take on this cap hit, it's reported that Atlanta wants a first-round pick for the All-Pro wide receiver. NFL Update tweeted an inside look at agent Eric Burkhart, the agent of former Arizona tight end Dan Arnold, negotiating with the Carolina Panthers for a new deal.
Should we call Dan Arnold or Burkhart? See where that's at.
Yeah.
I haven't heard that he's signed anywhere, have you?
I haven't heard anything about him.
Just to see where it's at and.
Okay.
Samir, what up?
What's up, doctor?
Working through it, brother. Working through it. What do you got for me, man? You catch me at a good time. Look, I like your situation. I want the right situation for the kid. And I love y'all's play caller and what you're building there. So, I mean, I want to go catch a bunch of rocks. I'll do a 1 or a 2 year deal. I'm open for business. At the same time, the kid's never been paid. He's worked his ass off. I mean, you tell me what's fair. I mean,
Would you do it? Would you do it 2 years for $4 million?
bro, you've got to come a little stronger than that.
I mean, we still have other needs. We still need to find a corner. I'd rather just do a fair deal that's good for both sides.
275 to 3 is not a fair deal for this kid. Who are your comps on this kid? This is not like the blocking tight end who's never caught a ball. I mean, he caught 31 for 450. He has in 19. He's played 19 games basically since he was off a practice squad in New Orleans, and he had 6 touchdowns. I mean, you've been number 2 on your team in touchdown catches last year. He's the Cardinals' 3rd leading receiver. He had more yards than Larry Fitzgerald. He's 40% play time.
Are you reading off something, or is this all by memory?
This is all by memory. Half the league he called me on this kid. Talk to your guy and let me know. Come on.
You talk to your guy and let me know. I know where we want. I know where we can go. I can't do it.
Well, let me know if you change your mind.
Okay, you too.
All right, bye.
See ya.
Tight end Dan Arnold did eventually sign with the Carolina Panthers on a 2-year, $6 million deal. Yardbarker's Larry Brown reports the NFL is eyeing an 18-game season. 2021 will be the first year that the league expands to 17 games. Many people believe that it's a matter of time before we see the 18 games implemented. 18 games was the original target for NFL owners, but players were totally against it, and the owners eventually compromised to 17. For the NFL, more games means more money. The league is probably banking on the 17-game schedule going smoothly. Afterwards, they'll try and negotiate back to an 18-game season. Likely, if this does go over well, the players will want more in return, in particular, less preseason games. That's going to wrap it up for our NFL news. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to subscribe to TMM and click the bell to be notified whenever we post in the future. Stay tuned.